up, everyone? All right, well, finishing the morning here in the green, second day in a row, daily goal, fourth day in a row trading PGY. This has been, this has been our kind of stock, our momentum stock for the month of July. Have I made as much as I could on it? No, certainly not. Have I left a lot of money on the table? Absolutely. But I'm green, and you know what? I've had months where we had a big momentum stock like this, and I managed to be red on it because I just kept buying at the top, getting stopped out, and just not getting dialed in. So I'm grateful to be green. I'm gonna go over where I sit on the month during this recap. It's been month 7 of being in a bear market, so things are not super exciting, but I'm grinding, I'm green, I'm keeping my head above water, and I'm trying to be really consistent and keep the losses small, and I'm doing a really good job of that. So I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back. You'll be able to see as I go through that during the recap. We'll walk through the trades on PGY, some great opportunities on that this morning. It's almost 10:30 now, and I think while it may go higher and may give more, I've got class for those on YouTube, 1 o'clock today. I've got other things I need to do. So I'm just gonna let it be, and we'll come back and try again tomorrow and hope to finish off this week, Thursday and Friday, with a couple more green trades. We're coming to the end of the month, so just wanna kind of get through the home stretch, try not to do anything crazy here these last 2 days, and keep my risk in check, finish the month strong. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the recap. Hope you hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning. All right, see you for the morning show in the morning. All right, so it's a little bit past 10 a.m. and as I'm sitting here right now, I'm fairly content with calling it a day. I know it's early, and PGY yesterday, the bulk of the move was in the afternoon, which I missed because I was teaching classes. But today I think I've done pretty well, and my expectations for PGY, I mean, honestly, they were pretty low because I thought today was going to be a day of rest. We had a momentum day, a day of rest, a momentum day, a day of rest, a momentum day. And so I thought today would be a day of rest. But it did start to open up. And so my first trades on it this morning, there were a couple of great opportunities. Now you can see it's at $19 right now. My first trades on it were back here as it broke through 1725, 1750. And on that first trade, we got a move up to about 1860, which by itself was more than I expected. I really didn't even think it was gonna go that high. So this was kind of what I thought yesterday, or this morning. I was sitting down this morning and I thought, well, I don't think that we're gonna have a big day where it's gonna do something like what it did yesterday. I don't think it's gonna go to like 30 bucks today. I think it's gonna be a day of rest. At the same time, I think it's probably good for at least a pop back up into maybe some of the areas yesterday where it ran into resistance. And so now let's look at the chart, and we had this pivot right here around 19. And we ended up getting that pop up to 19. And then we struggled at that level. And look at this, we had this bear raid here, which was like the definition of an algo flush. All of a sudden, some big sell orders go through, market makers pulled the bid, you get this capitulation flush, and then it comes all the way back up because it was an algo flush. All right, so it ends up retracing back up. So I ended up getting a trade as it came back up. We got another trade on this dip here to VWAP as it came back up to 1874, but it wasn't breaking that 1870 level. It was like serious resistance. The next trade that I took on it, I actually took a trade right here off of this yellow ascending support trend line. So I drew that line and I said, it's right at support. It's at the volume weighted average price. I think this is a good place to buy the dip. Got in there for that dip trade. Comes up to 1850. That's 50 cents a share. I was happy with that. Took some profit off the table. It then does a little micro pullback. And then I took a trade for the break of the flat top. I wasn't sure it was going to work. I didn't take very big size. I was a little conservative on it. My biggest position right now is still capped at 10,000 shares. My biggest position on PGY today, I'd have to look back, maybe 5,000 shares. I didn't go big on it. The thing is, I didn't want to take the risk. I didn't want to risk the loss. And that's important, to be risk-minded, thinking about risk, not just thinking about profit. If you're just thinking about profit, you take as many shares as you can afford to buy. When you start thinking about risk, that's when you start scaling back. You realize, well, I don't want to take the loss that could come with a 50,000 share position on PGY that goes the wrong way. So anyways, it ends up breaking through this level, going right to 19. Micro pullback along over 19, a squeeze up to 1950, another micro pullback and along all the way up here to a high of 2074. I added at 2062, and then in one candle, it flushed down to 20, and I stopped out a $600 loss. So I took a $600 loss there, and I think I was up 8,000 and then lost 600. So I was up about 7,500. Did a couple dip trades in this area, and then I bought on the top of this candle and lost 1,400. And at that point, I was up 6,000 on the day. So I took a little bit, gave back 25% of my profits between that candle and this red candle. And I said, all right, I want to walk away today with at least 5,000. 5,000 is the daily goal. I hit it yesterday for only the third time this month. It's been a very slow month, but I am green on the month, which I'm grateful for. And, I'd like to finish at the daily goal again. So that meant when I was sitting with 6,000 in profit, I could only risk another $1,000. Coming into the open, we're gonna have to go down to the 10-second chart. All right, so coming into the open, things got a little crazy. So I was sitting at 6,000 in profit on the day, and my first trade was actually right here, right at the open, long at 1990 for the break of 20. It hits $20.19. I take the profit, made like 200 bucks. It flushes down here to 1922. Then it comes back up here. It came back up, and I bought again now for the break of $20. Back in at like 1990, same place as before. Comes up to 20. It pops up there to a high of 2038, and this is where I started to add, right through here. It breaks 38. It breaks the $0.50. This was aggressive. But remember, of course, I had my starter down here at 1990, so I was willing to take a little bit of risk, $1,000, and then as it started to open up, I just kept adding. So I kept adding around $0.50 and whole dollars as it was breaking levels and showing it was holding above them, and we got to move on this all the way up to $23 and about 20 cents, $23 actually. Then we get this sharp drop, and it flushes all the way down into a halt coming down. So I ended up making $1,700. Well, actually, I was back to up 8,000, $8,200, and I gave back about 500 off the top there. I didn't trade in this area. I've just said, no, you know what? I'm happy with how I did on it. I gave back a little bit somewhere up in here. I don't even remember exactly where. But anyways, I gave back a little bit of profit on it, but I'm finishing in the green. And over the last week, I had, let's see, so I did 9,000 approximately on Friday, 3,000 on Monday, so that's 12,000, 5,000 yesterday on Tuesday, so that's 17,000, and then 18,000, and then I did 7,000 today, so that's like $25,000 almost on the stock over the last few days. That's not bad. And that is actually going to be the bulk of my profit from the month. I mean, this has been a slow month. I've been taking it pretty slow. I've been throttled back with smaller share size, which has been the right move. So, had PGY on Friday, and then I've been trading it this week. Haven't imported my trades for Monday and Tuesday yet. But I was only sitting at $20,000 on the month at the end of Friday. So today, now I'm close to 30. Last week was 38. Last month was 38,000 roughly. So, I'm not throwing down big numbers. I'm not, relatively speaking, to where I've been, but I'm trying to keep my head above water. I'm trying to get through the bear market, and we're getting through it. So every month that I get through it where I stay in the green, I'm grateful. This is this isn't just a hobby for me. Like, oh, you know, who cares if I don't make money? This is what I do. So for a living. So I need to be consistent, even in bad markets. You know, I can't just take a break and go on vacation. I'm 37 years old. What am I just gonna? Oh, I'm just not working now. I mean, this is what I do. So I've got to stick it out. Hot markets are great, but cold markets test us. And this has been a slow year for me, but I'm in the green. And my profit on the year right now, well, gross profit before fees and commissions is going to be around 550,000, 560,000. Net profit after fees and commissions is probably around 400,000. So, you know, I'm keeping my head above water. Yeah, I'm at 414. So, you know, $400,000 is not a bad year. And of course, it's only the end of July. So we still have 5 months ahead of us. And statistically, it's no guarantee that this will happen, but usually August and September are slower. But October, November, and December, those are the 3 months where usually I really get into a good rhythm and can really do well. It's usually October, November, December, January, February, March where I make the most, those 6 months. And, you know, it's not always been the case. It would be disappointing this year if I don't do well during that time, because then it's like, oh gosh, well, if I don't do well during the time I usually do well, how am I going to do during the time I usually do poorly? And, you know, so right now is the time I usually don't do as well. But that's all relative because I'm still making money. But, you know, as always, my results are not typical. This has been my experience trading, but not a typical one. So you should certainly take all that with a grain of salt and manage your risk based on your risk tolerance. This year, you can see over the last few months, I've kind of flattened out here. So have stopped having really big drawdowns, have stopped having really big red days, but have also stopped having these kind of big green days. So everything is coming in like condensing a little bit, and that's the result of an action that I took to reduce my share size and to slow down. I said, you know, I'd rather just go steady like this, and you know, this is a steady, you know, $30,000 of profit, whatever it is, $40,000. I'd rather just go nice and steady here than keep having these swings where I have big green days and then really big red days. Because the red days are just too frustrating for me. And in this market, I just don't like dealing with it. So you could see the change, right? You know, in January, I made 100 grand and then gave it all back. And then, you know, made 60,000 and then lost half of it. And then made 110,000 and then again lost, you know, whatever, 40. Made back 40, lost 40. You know, so it's like, it just happened that this year, because of the bear market, the red days have been bigger and a bit more common. My biggest loss of the year was 43,000. That was a day I came back in the afternoon, if you recall, and tried to buy a stock that was selling off and ended up just getting smoked. I bought, you know, tried to do a reversal trade in the afternoon at 2-3 o'clock and lost $40,000. So that was pretty stupid. But I learned a lesson from it. I haven't been trading later in the day since then. I was going to show you something else here. What was it? Oh, I was going to do win versus loss days. Let's compare actually. Yeah, we can compare win versus loss days here. So my average winning day this year is 8,000. My average losing day is 14,000. Right? That's what I don't like. Now, that's from January. If we bring this from June, you'll see that it's better. The average winning day is 3,000. The average losing day is 4,000. If we bring it to June 20th, which is when I said I'm not trading big size anymore, now it actually is 1-to-1. Average winning day is 2,000. Average losing day is 2,000. Right? So the total losses from losing days is only 4,000. and the total gain from winning days is 40,000. So that's much, much better. These metrics look better. Can I scale these metrics back up to bigger numbers by increasing share size? Yeah, I can, I hope, but not until the market is really supporting that. It's not supporting being that big right now and that aggressive. So anyways, so a little tangent there, but yeah, so PGY, your pivot there is around 2060. Look at that little flash. See that little flash there? Little algo spike right there. $1 a share. Probably a market order. Someone marketing a big order. And the way the algo just clears right out. 100,000 shares. So anyway, so got some trades on PGY. AERC hit the scanners going into the open. Traded as it squeezed up. Made $500. Ended up selling off. There was some news at 8 a.m., but only traded that with small size. So that one wasn't too exciting. BWV, this one, we had some action on it. I left it alone. I was not sure with no catalyst that I could trust it, no clear news, but it got going and there was some opportunity there. So anyways, that's BWV. A couple other stocks on the scanner. S&P 500 seeming to do well today. The market's kind of stair-stepping up here off of the low on June 17th. So we've been off the low for over a month, which is good. Gives us a little reprieve from the worst of the bear market, but we're still below the 200 moving average. We had good earnings out on Google, good earnings out on Microsoft. So both of those helping the market. And hopefully we see, I'm still hoping by Q4 the market is back to the 200 or recovering above the 200. Optimistic, I suppose, but that's what I'm hoping for. So anyways, that's it for me here this morning. I've got class at 1 o'clock for those on YouTube, so we'll be tuning in over there at 1, which will hopefully be a nice class, and then be back at it tomorrow. And Warrior members, tomorrow you're going to log in, you're going to see the updated chat room software, the dashboard, so that'll be fun for you guys. So all right, that's it for me. Good job today, those that got green. I think the easiest trades of the day are probably well behind me at this point, so best bet is to come back tomorrow and try again and see if we can wrap up this week, Thursday and Friday, with a couple more green trades. All right, see you guys in the morning. Good job today. I hope you really enjoyed that video, and make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 1 million subscribers this year, but we won't get there without your help. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button.